So there I was. After we played the stove session, I got a notification on Discord and I saw this. To their credit, it is a good apology, but as good as it may be, there are still some issues that need to be addressed. So, Mr. Dandy Sir Prestigious Danitonis what problems do you think should be addressed? Well, I have a few. Let's begin, shall we? Quick little disclaimer, this is a rant video, so if you wanna chill and put this in your background, feel free to. Make sure to like and sub as always, and I'll be seeing ya, bye bye. Now, I cannot speak for Andre and Manatee on why things changed the way they did, but something definitely shifted, alright? We had established rules, which I'll get onto later, but we had established rules that we followed, and of course there were still surprise elements left to experience, right? Like we weren't suddenly surprised by new rules that we didn't know about before. It was Minecraft, but with rules that were easily and well explained to us, and since we played Minecraft a bunch of times, we knew how to create funny scenarios and generally have fun. But for whatever reason, in Season 2, they added lots of elements that just were on the more competitive side, right? And it was a challenge to actually complete it, which I don't mind. And when you get to actually play with these elements, you just are playing an intensive competitive game with your friends that you thought you were supposed to have fun with and relax. The reason I personally at least have that assumption is because of last season. The competitive elements and some even story-wise were added by the players themselves. And so if you wanted to interact with the people that put a little spice into the mix, then you could. Or you could just build an underground, huge, massive Goliath base, you know? It's all up to you and it's your free will. What makes this problem worse is the heart losing system, right? Because every single second on the server that I spend, I have to take note and be very cautious in order not to take a single or even half a heart of damage. It actually gets kind of exhausting. So yeah, I personally didn't like the heart losing system. I just think it made things way harder than it needed to be, and just added another layer of unnecessary pressure, but that's just my opinion. I do gotta give them credit, the tasks were fun as hell. I can't lie, they created one of the funniest moments in the server of the season. So yeah, shout out to Fabi and Sign for making them really interesting and fun.
Acting like you know the way ahead, like you know the rules. There are no rules, man. We're lost.
No.
Now we get on the rules, which I mentioned before. Now there's nothing wrong with the rules specifically. They're all fine in their own way. There wasn't anything like game breaking or anything really of overpowered stuff, right? Again, I really thank them for not making enchanting tables limited to only one. The issue I kept finding it is that they would add like a feature or a new rule to a specific type or core element and only tell the person affected, not knowing that others are affected too. Like, let's pretend we're playing sentient chess. Weird, I know, but bear with me. Let's say I'm a rook and I'm on the middle of the board, right? And I see a bishop right in front of me, right in my line of sight, free to take. But unbeknownst to me, both kings and the bishops decided and agreed upon bishops now being able to move horizontally. And now, because I've made my move in the middle of the board, now the bishop is allowed to take me. And now I'm screwed, right? Like, okay, enough of the analogy. Just because I don't directly watch every single one of the episodes or rules that Green and who knows which YouTuber does in their own series, puts me at a massive disadvantage, because one day they can just up and decide, oh, this feature looks cool, let's add it, not knowing that we don't know. But what's also funnier is that they don't know why it is there in the first place, and also why it fits so well in their series, and that's why it doesn't work here. And so that's the reason I was kind of angry. I was angry at that. Like, listen to me, there is nothing wrong with adding things you like. No, nothing wrong with that. You just need to do a bit of research and figure out a way to fully implement it and make sure it fits how we play and not how they play it. Me, the most egregious example is the zombies, right? They added the zombies and kinda explained the rules to Rona and Blob, and they told me, oh yeah, we explained the rules to them. But that whole time, Rona and Blob had no clue if they were supposed to be hostile or if they had the free will to be peaceful. That was made much worse when Andra started to spawn kill them. Yes! The one who made the rules, who got the zombies in, didn't allow them to play. And so I got angry because what the hell was the point of adding them if you're straight up not going to allow them to play anyway? I just felt angry for them. Just imagine you were in that situation. Imagine in a game you respawned only for the game to one-shot you in less than 3 seconds. To finally put a conclusion to this long section, I just didn't like how we had established rules and they just kept on piling another one of these rules that they weren't explained, and only a handful of people knew the actual rules and the others were left in the dark to guess.
Why so serious?
Sorry about that, I just couldn't resist. Anyhow, back to being serious. To combine my previous 2 points, the competitive rules and just the atmosphere itself just made it seem like everything was intended to be super intense. I think there were more tasks about intentionally sabotaging or being an inconvenience to others rather than to have fun, right? And because of that, I was really struggling to even put together and edit a lot of the footage, actually. Like there, even you saw it in the background footage. I kept re-rolling tasks that involved me inconveniencing others. It's not because I felt bad for trying to do it, it's because I just didn't like it at all. The concept of it, I didn't like. I much rather took me limiting myself as a task rather than doing something to someone else. Like I even mentioned this to Manatee, there was one cinematic shot that he managed to get of me and Nukem talking, but I unfortunately had to cut out the entire talk of me and Nukem because there were just nothing to add. There was no, I don't know what vibe they were trying to go for, but I really suck at making serious type of videos. I like making these funny, relatable, and quirky videos. It's just not my style. It's just not what I do, and I don't like even playing serious styles. Now, I would like to add some suggestions here, of course. Now, of course, you don't have to implement every single last of my suggestions, and I suggest you not to. I feel like this is what would make Stow Life much more enjoyable, so that's it. So yeah, I suppose what I'd prefer to see more of is individual tasks that kind of look funny to others, you know what I mean? Just like here's one from the top of my head. Every time you are with someone else, if you guys are having a conversation, you must place a stare down and crouch on it as if you're sitting on it like a therapist. So that's my task suggestion. Now, of course, I would really advise and like it if we could tone down the seriousness a bit, because like guys, you have to realize I'm not as big as Lump or Big Potatoes. Like those guys have scripted a huge production, like, you know, all type of stuff. I don't. I'm a small guy, you know, just a guy. So yeah, I think for now those are mostly my suggestions. I really want to go back to the feeling of being warm and fuzzy inside and just being able to hop on Stow Life every week and just have fun with you guys. I love laughing with you guys. You guys make me incredibly happy, and I really do not want to throw this experience away. It's really been something truly special, and I do not think you guys should abandon it, actually. As much as I didn't like season 2, I think we should just reinvent the wheel. I know you guys are really smart people that I know. You will find a solution to this, and I'm sure we will enjoy it. As much as it is demotivating to hear me shit talk it for 10 minutes, I still hope we continue this, okay? So yeah, no, it's basically it from me. Take care, you guys.